Hi, my name is Michael Nolte. I'm with X-14 Disc Golf in Rochester, Minnesota, and I am bringing you a digital caddy book of the course at Slatterly Park in Rochester, Minnesota. A gorgeous course right next to downtown Rochester. That will definitely be one of my favorites to play this season for sure. So we got hole 1 here, which is a par 3 247-foot hole. It's a very straightforward shot, allowing you to kind of throw any shot you're comfortable with to try and get yourself a birdie here. It's definitely one that will be easy to get your kind of round going when you start off, if you start off on this hole. So now we got hole 2, which is a par 3 191-foot hole with a lot of obstacles in the way. Not going to be an easy hole to do for sure. You have trees in the middle, left and right, that kind of limit your shot. So you really have to shape a shot here, whether that be your forehand or backhand shot, whatever you're most comfortable with. You have to shape a shot to get yourself close enough to get yourself a birdie here. Hole 3 is a par 3 380-foot hole. Going to be very tough to get this par here, for sure. We're playing to a different basket because the basket on the right was damaged and is not eligible for competition play. So we're going to this basket over here on the left. Going to be tough to get through the trees and get yourself in a position to actually attack for birdie here. And we got hole 4, which is a par 4 495-foot hole. You have danger on the right side of the river. It's going to be something you want to kind of stay away from. It's a very straightforward shot, definitely a par 4 that is eagleable for those with distance, but one that can be dangerous if you get yourself over the river. You can take a lot of strokes and lose a lot of strokes to people on the cart, but it's a very straightforward, easy shot for that. Now, hole 5 is a par 3 251-foot hole. You got the river on the right side that you really don't have to contend with here, but it's a straightforward shot, not many trees except for this tiny one in the front right here that you have to contend with. One that you can definitely get a birdie with here at this hole. Now, hole 6 is a par 3 276-foot hole. You have OB path on the left in the bridge, and then you have OB river long. So you got to really, if you go too long, you can end up in the river. If you go too far to the left, you can end up OB. So just making sure to keep your shot really secure here. Now we have hole 7, which is a par 5 865-foot hole. It is our longest hole in the course. You have OB path and beyond on the left and OB river on the right. Definitely one where if you do not land flat on the fairway, it is going to be very tough for you to move up and attack to get a birdie or an eagle here. It's one that you are going to have to definitely account for the wind, because it's more windy down in this little valley that we have right here. So making sure you know what the wind is and to be overstable or understable depending on the wind, if it's a tailwind or a headwind. But it's a long hole, going to be super fun. A lot of score separation for sure. Now we have hole 8, which is a par 4 478-foot hole. It's through a lot of trees. There is a main center gap that you can hit. If you hit this, you can definitely end up really close if you have the arm strength for an eagle bid here. But one, if you hit early, you're gonna struggle to get yourself in position to save birdie or par. Hole 9 is a par 3 305-foot island hole where you have to land on this green right here, which is defined by the path on the left and far side, and then the rocks on the front and right side. If you do not land on the green, you have to proceed to a drop zone on the right by the rocks to try and save your par. Hole 10 is a par 4 506-foot hole with OB path and beyond on the right and OB road and beyond on the left. So you have to keep yourself on the fairway, keep yourself flat so that you can move up the field to get yourself a birdie here. Going to be tough as well to get up and over this hill, and it's a very open green to kind of get your birdie here. But if you definitely mess up, it's going to be one that you can lose a lot of strokes on. Hole 11 is a par 5 888-foot hole that has a double mandel here. It's the telephone pole on the left and the big tree on the right there. That you have to make it through this gap and land open in this open fairway area. And then from here you can attack the hole. There's also OB path and road, and the pavilion's OB. So you just gotta be able to move forward to attack to the basket. Definitely one that is eagleable, birdieable, but also one that you can take a lot of strokes on. So hitting that mando is necessary, that double mando. Hole 12 is a par 4 566-foot hole. It's going to be one of the toughest holes on the course. You have to hit this middle gap right here. It's a little bit more open, but then it bottlenecks into this very small spot right here, which opens up into a nice landing area that helps you to set up your second shot. From here, if you land here, you have the ability to kind of attack the pin from here, which is trying to hit through these gaps right here of these small trees to land right here. There's the path on the left, it's OB, so you got to be careful about that. Hole 13 is a par 3, 305 foot, really straightforward shot. The parking lot on the right is OB, the path on the left is OB, but more than that, it's not going to be something that you're going to have to worry about as much. It's very straightforward, but it's going to be definitely a hard birdie to get for sure. Hole 14 is a par 4, 565 foot hole. That is, you want to get yourself out in the open past these small trees, or in a clearing over here to kind of be able to attack this hole for birdie. Once you get out over here, you're going to dogleg left with the road on the right being an OB as well, and you're having to move yourself up and not go OB and left on the path either to get yourself to the basket. Hole 15 is a par 4, 667 foot hole. That's very similar to our other our par 5 like this, but this one's a little bit more harder to attack due to the curvatures. You definitely want to land flat. The river on the right is OB, and the path on the left and beyond is OB. So landing flat on this fairway is going to be your best way to kind of attack this for birdie and to get yourself up there to get some score separation. But if you definitely do not land on anything flat, it's going to be tough to get birdie or par here. And our final hole is hole 16, which is a par 4, 420 foot hole. That's straight over the river, very wide open shot for a backhand hyzer. That if you can have the distance and get yourself close to the pin, you have an eagle look here. But if you do hit early or go in the river, it's something that will be something that you can take a lot of strokes on. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this digital caddy book of Slatterly Park for the upcoming events that we have here. I hope to see you out there and participating in these events. But have a good day.